given that Cassie's lawsuit started it all and that it has only gotten worse since. Diddy's daughters are currently going through the worst period of their lives, and it doesn't appear that things will get better for them. However, things recently got worse when a new Jane Doe sued Diddy for SA and became extremely graphic, going into detail about Diddy's privates. Let's break this down. According to several reports, the girls have been struggling in court since the trial. This is something that no one wants to hear about their father, especially when they are teenage girls. Things have been getting worse and worse, and it doesn't seem like they will get any easier. How are the girls handling this? Did he really throw freak-offs when the girls were in the house? Given how graphic the details of the trial are, it's kind of strange that he would want his kids there, especially the girls. But fans are speculating that Diddy and his team want them there because it makes him look good and he's trying to portray himself as a good father, which is common in trials. To begin, he has 7 children, all of whom, with the exception of Baby Love, have been regularly appearing in court to support him. We witnessed Tory Lanez take his son to court on a piggyback ride, and Rihanna brought her and A$AP Rocky's children to court during Diddy's trial. This may have helped Diddy's case because it made the jury feel sorry for him seeing his children. But considering how violent and graphic the trial was, we have to wonder if the daughters would have benefited from sitting through it. I know that their father is on trial for being a really bad guy, but that has nothing to do with the daughters. They had to listen to Cassie recount some of the terrible things Diddy had done to her, including putting his paws on her, forcing escorts to have sex with her, peeing on her, and other unpleasant things that, according to numerous sources, you should never have to hear about your parents. After hearing the escort evidence, the girls were so horrified that they sobbed as they exited the courtroom. And based on what the escort said, it's not shocking, according to reports. On Monday, May 12th, Daniel Phillip, a male escort, claimed in a Manhattan court that Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura had paid him to have sex with her while Combs sat in the corner observing them. Phillip also testified that he saw Combs approaching Ventura's daughter, who recently graduated from high school. It's sad for the girls, especially the high school-aged twins, who will have to deal with this and face their peers. But wait, it gets worse. Diddy, graduate Chance Combs, and the 18-year-old twins, Delilah and Jesse Combs, left the courtroom as Phillips testified each time during graphic accounts of encounters, including one in which Combs allegedly touched himself in a corner while watching them have sex. TMZ reports that the founder of Bad Boy Records is being sued by another Jane Doe, who claims that they met in May 2001 and that they had a few incident-free encounters at his Manhattan recording studio, nightclubs, and a restaurant. However, things took a turn for the worse in July 2001, when they met for the 4th time, and Jane went into great detail about Diddy's privates. According to a recent lawsuit, if you think it can't get worse, it can. The woman said that she was actually glad when he pulled out his privates since she knew it wouldn't hurt that much because there wasn't any length or girth. According to accounts, she says Diddy escorted her back to his apartment after a night out at the club, escorting her to his bedroom, where he shut the door and he put his hand around her throat, forced her onto the bed on her back and said, "I'm going to beat the life out of you." According to the woman, Diddy let go of her neck and used his other hand to hold her arm down while unbuckling his pants and belt. He then pulled out his erect bearskin privates, which seemed to be the length and girth of a giant Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll is less than 3 inches long. So I think you can understand how Diddy would be upset to see this come to light and how embarrassing it would be for his daughters. No one wants to know this about their father. Jane Doe continued by saying that she believed Diddy's privates were. The woman claimed she yelled at Diddy to stop and get off of her, telling him she didn't want to have sex. But he overpowered her and continued to penetrate her until he was almost ready to climax. This lawsuit has left the internet in ruins because, in addition to her lawsuit, Jane Doe was able to humiliate Diddy, which was a 2-for-1 deal. The lawsuit also had a number of pieces of the puzzle coming together, such as fans speculating That Diddy forced the reason Cassie hired escorts is because he couldn't get it up. Do you understand what I mean? If he actually has a Tootsie Roll down there, then he didn't live up to the standards of the freak-offs he claimed to have. You? No. He insisted that the escorts have big black legs. In addition, his former bodyguard Gene Deal stated in an interview that the escorts were for Diddy's enjoyment rather than Cassie's.
He say that, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed watching her get smashed by BBCs. So, what you think about that?
Do you think she was the only one getting banged by him? Do you think this man had this woman search for prostitutes online just for them to have sex with her?
There's a Blind article circulating that says Diddy and Sienna Miller split up because she didn't like the way he treated women and that he used so many drugs that he couldn't get it up in the bedroom. It reads, Revenge. One of the people who has been helping the government fill in the blanks in the case against the producer and wannabe rapper is someone who has wanted to get back at him for decades. She never wanted to go out with him because she had seen him at parties and witnessed his treatment of women. She was heavily involved in the scene mentioned in many of the lawsuits, and one day she broke down and consented to go on a date with him. She was also A-list at that time, and there was nothing he could do to ruin her career or help it. She wasn't in the music industry. They went out a few times, and one of those times they ended up in bed, where she claims he couldn't get it up because he had been using drugs too much. The following day, he began telling everyone how boring she is in bed. And he told anyone who would listen for the next few years. We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, King Porter and Sean Combs' relationship as well. In a statement issued some time ago, Diddy's children publicly backed him regarding our mom's tragic death, which has prompted us to speak out. Claims that she wrote a book are simply false, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is lying. Additionally, please realize that any friend acting on behalf of our mom or her family is neither a friend nor acting in her best interests. They go on to say, our lives were shattered when we lost our mother. She was our world, and nothing has been the same since she passed. While it has been incredibly difficult to reconcile how she could be taken from us too soon, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. Grief is a lifelong process, and we ask it was easy to support him when it was just rumors and civil lawsuits. But now that the case is in federal court, it's difficult for them to defend their dad, which is why the girls left the court in tears. It's a sad situation for the kids to be in, but please leave your thoughts in the comments section and then watch this next video. We are deeply saddened that the world has made a spectacle out of what has been the most tragic event of our lives. We want everyone to respect our request for peace as we continue to deal with her loss every day.